Hey everybody, Lone Star Collector again. This is kind of a part two of my DCC wiring install. Kind of a short video. Anyway, I just want to let everybody know that we got this all wired up. Some of the shorts we were having is because we had the frogs on each of the turnouts wired into the bus line. So we disconnected those and everything seemed to work fine. So anyway, I'm just going to show y'all around a little bit what we did here. Of course, we had our bus line here. This comes around and goes all the way around. This is actually the corner. And as you can see right here, let's see, let me get my pencil on it again. So you come in here, this makes a contact. So we got the copper wire and the silver wire. So we made the copper wire red and the silver wire white. So each one has a connection here, but basically you're taking your feeder wires that come down. Let me go over here. These feeder wires, they come down, and basically what you do is you connect them to each of the bus line. So as this follows down, we have these little, they call them lever locks. These things are great. You can basically hook your wire. It's kind of like a wire nut, but better. These things allow you to just clip the wire in place. And if you need to change it or move it, you can do so. So anyway, this bus line, it pretty much terminates here. And as you see, it goes all the way around. And this is where it picks up the track power coming out of our NCE power box here. So we have an SB5, a smart booster on order, along with a circuit breaker. So we're going to incorporate that into the layout as well, because sometimes we get a short and they're saying it's best to have a circuit breaker in there because it'll protect your booster, your smart booster, and could also protect your locomotives, the decoders. So anyway, let me jump over to this side here. As you can see, this has a whole lot of wiring on this side. This side incorporates our double crossover. Let me show what we did here. Let me scoot in here. So the double crossover is wired directly above us here. And as you see, these four wires here come down and they connect into this. Let's see, right here. They connect into this lever lock. Let me get out of here so we can focus a little better. Anyway, and then also on this side, as you can see, we got these connections, and basically it's because it drops down just on the other side. Right here, just on the other side. See the four wires, red and white. Red is the outside, white's the inside. So basically you take each color, the red and the white, you correspond it. And as you hook things up, it helps you hook things to the correct side of the bus line so you don't have any shorts. And we really didn't have any problems wiring this thing as far as wiring it correctly. It was just the frogs that were giving us some problems. So like I said, we disconnected the frogs. Everything seems to work fine. This thing goes all the way around. So here's your bus line. Goes through this module over to the other one, as you can see. So basically all the wiring underneath each module corresponds with what's going on up on the layout up on top. It comes around and around again. And on this side, we just have track. There's no turnouts. So as you can see right here, this may make it a little more simple because there's not any turnouts. But you have your red and white wires coming down from your track as feeder wires, and then you just connect them. One connects the white side, one connects the red side. You just correspond it around. And here again, the next module, or the next section. This is actually one 8-foot module. But on each side of it, it's got a feeder wire. They recommend doing feeder wires. Here it is. They recommend doing feeder wires. It's connected the same way every 3 feet. So, and then again, it comes back around. There's nothing here. Comes back around, but there's a bus line right there, as you can see. Comes back around. Here's a turnout. Let me get my finger out of it. Here's a turnout here. Or I'm sorry. Well, this is the beginning of a turnout. This is a track. And there's the frog. So we just kind of looped it around and just tied it off, put a little note on it what it is. And again, here's those lever locks. And the bus line coordinates around. And it pretty much, if you get over here, pretty much terminates right here. This clamp is pulling on it to hold it in place and take the slack out. But you don't connect. So it terminates there. You don't connect the two. You don't make a continuous loop. So kind of the basics of DCC wiring. So let's go up on top, show you what we got. So got a few freight cars out, and got a caboose track. Remember all those cabooses that we had? 9 cabooses. They all fit on this dead end switch here, dead end siding. So then we have a couple gondolas, a couple box cars, some hoppers with ballast in them, and temporary service department over here with the fuel tanks and the sanding hopper. So anyway, this thing goes around. Next step we got to do is we got to, you see all these shiny spots here? We got to do a little paint work with the track and get rid of those, hide those before we do any kind of ballast work. Some people do the ballast work and then they do the paint touch up. And I've always done the paint touch up and then the ballast. So it's all taken care of. But anyway, there's a double crossover. So down below, let's see, as you can see, there's a connection. There's a connection. So this would be the white wire because we're on the inside of the layout. On the other side, I don't know if I can get over here, you see the red? There's a red wire there. And there's one right there. Anyway, so those connect. As I was showing you earlier, they go under the table and then they connect to this side. Okay? And we also have our frogs wired. However, let's see, let me connect one here. However, there's one on each side, each frog. We disconnected them and it makes the train run without any stalls, any shorts. So let's go around here. Ooh, let me get out of this lighting. It's a bad shadow here. So anyway, little Ford pickup. It's a 1954 Ford. It's got Santa Fe on the door. So customer sent me this. Pretty cool little truck. All right, so let's go on around. I think I showed all this last time. Anyway, so yeah, next step is getting the connections touched up with an airbrush, and then we'll worry about putting some ballast down eventually. Just kind of wanted to get the layout running, make sure everything's working fine before we went to any additional work as far as getting any track scenery done. So that's about all I got today. Join us next time. We may rerun some trains. Maybe do a little switching. It's kind of hard for me to run my my iPhone and also try to run the throttle too at the same time. So maybe a little bit. If you like this kind of content, be sure to like us and subscribe to our channel, Lone Star Collector. And I will try to set up the first part of this on this video as well. I'll have a link below in the description. So you can watch if you haven't watched the first one, maybe we'll watch the first one first before you watch this one. So anyway, thanks for watching. You all have a great evening. Bye-bye.